Bergman began the meeting by outlining some of the plans of the newly merged company. Some of these plans include increasing the number of seats servicing Guam by 2,000 more a week or 100,000 more a year. A move he said was indicative of their commitment to Guam, considering the conservative nature of the airline industry.
We haven't put out, too many seats out in the market because we want to make sure that they all get used. And so I think it really is a credit to the market here, the opportunity that we see in the market, the support that all of you that have given Continental over the years, and that hopefully you will continue to give to New United.
But that support may be more difficult to get than United has anticipated, as the members of the chamber blasted Bergman with highly critical comments and questions surrounding the changes to service that have happened since the merger.
Continental did a lot here in this island to gain the support and liking of everybody in this room. And we're offering that same love and support to United. But there's some things that are a little hard to live with.
Things like the overall high cost of ticket prices for flights out of Guam. Members asked if prices would go down with the increase in seats to the island.
When you have more seats in the market, I can't say that the prices will be lower, but let's just say the odds of getting a better price seat are higher, okay? Because it's like any business, it's supply and demand.
One member noted that flights to Honolulu and the mainland no longer have food, as they're treated like domestic flights rather than international flights, even though they are 7-hour flights with hefty price tags. They also asked if business flights to Honolulu would be treated as international or domestic seats.
It's going to be a domestic business seat, the ones that we've used from LA to Honolulu.
But there's such frustration of people who go on in our region with our carriers here because we're a captured market. And sometimes they say, we know you had other choices. I want to go, what? What's the other choice? So we feel like we're getting screwed a lot of times.
Your premium cabin on that flight goes from 55 inches to 38 inches. So you're really trying to pack stuff in now. And I think if there were the case where we were paying $2,500 a seat, I don't think anyone from a business perspective would mind paying that. If we got the services that we're used to. But with that 777, we now get Honolulu-based flight attendants. And the Continental Micronesia service on these flights coming out of Guam, you can't compare it by any other standards. Tomorrow announcements, those have disappeared.
We know we have to do something with a lot of these aircraft, and it will get done. It's just not going to get done in the next month. So, hang in there. We understand the aircraft, but we thought that right now it was more important to get more seats in the market than not do it at all.
As for the issue with service and using local flight attendants, Bergman explained that too is temporary. For now, they're still operating as two separate companies, which means Continental crews must stay on Continental planes, and likewise with United. For this to end, 4 things must happen. First, they must get a single operating certificate from the FAA, which will happen in November. Second, the unions must negotiate a contract. Third, the union must determine the seniority of its flight attendants. And finally, all flight attendants must be trained to fly on the new aircraft. And finally, while Continental OnePass members will be able to transfer their frequent flyer miles to United Airlines Miles Plus program, the value of the miles have decreased.
The first thing I noticed from the merger was all my miles. Basically, I lost half the value in all my miles, all my frequent flyer miles. Where it used to be 30,000 to go somewhere, now it's 60 to 70 to 80. Can you explain that?
So I think probably, in some of those mileage changes, I think you probably shouldn't take that out of context. In other words, I think
everywhere from Guam, the miles have over doubled. Yeah, so about 100% to 150%. Every location originating out of Guam.